3.4.0.6.
Hi guys, this is a video to show the new version of my firmware. It's a fork of Camille's firmware, as I said in a previous video. Now it's in version 0.0.7. My previous video was for version 0.0.5. It had some improvements that I prefer over Camille's firmware, like FM radio input, so you can manually input FM radio stations when you want, unlock all TX frequencies in the hidden menu, and some other minor improvements. Let's see what's new in version 0.0.7. Now, before you do any firmware flashing in your Quansheng radio, I have to stress that you have to take a backup. Search, if you don't know how to do it, search on YouTube. I will put also a link in the description on how to take a backup of your radio settings and use the K5 prog win. It's very easy to do, and you have to do it in case something goes wrong. There is always a warning in flashing firmware, in all firmwares, that something might go wrong when you're flashing the firmware and your radio might become unusable. I have to tell you that. Other than that, I use this firmware for a few days. I have no problems. If you encounter any problems, you can let me know in the comments, and let's see how it goes. Now, as I said before, take a backup of your radio, calibration and configuration settings with the K5 Win program, and then you can move forward. Okay, so we've booted the radio. This version comes in two versions, with a normal screen and inverted LCD. Both links will be available in GitHub. And let's see what's new here. So I have two radios to test something. They are in PMR frequencies. One of the changes made here in 0.0.7 firmware is that you can temporarily change the squelch value in a memory or in VFO mode. So let's say now we're in PMR 6. We press F and the down button, squelch went down to 2. Now squelch is 1. Okay, squelch went to 0, so the radio was open. This setting is temporary, so if I close the radio and reboot it again, squelch is number 3, which is the saved value in the memory of the radio. If you want to change this permanently, you have to do it by menu. This shortcut with F and up and down is only to test things while your radio is open. So this is the first change, and let's see the second one. We have Morse code tone transmission now in this firmware. I put this function in Messenger that Camille had in his firmware. In order to do that, I had to disable encryption of messaging, so you don't have any more encrypted messages. You can still send and receive, but not encrypted. Let's see how this works. So to go into the Messenger function in Camille's firmware, you press F and menu. And as you can see here, the first mode now is Morse mode, is messaging in Morse mode. It's indicated by the X here and the Morse word here. The other messaging functions are still available. If you press the scan button, you will see that it changes to the other keyboards, like uppercase, lowercase, and numerical. And we go again to Morse mode. In order to transmit Morse tones, you have to be in Morse mode, so don't change modes. You will find the keyboard and the letters that are assigned to each key in the README file and in release version notes. So let's see how it works. As you can see here, I have open PMR6 memory, so I will transmit tones in the PMR channel. Okay, and let's write something. For example, SOS. It's a very common Morse code. Let's see how it transmits. Let's try something else. Okay, and a very common word in the Morse code world is Paris. As you can see, now we can transmit Morse codes over our frequencies. I know that this is not the ideal solution with the Morse code speed or tone, but it's one I liked more. I think it's a nice feature to have and fun feature to have. I hope you like it. If you test it, let me know how it goes, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.